What is up, crazy fam? Guys, listen up. In today's video, I want to talk about what, in my opinion, is the biggest mistake people make in gaming. And actually, not just in gaming, but in life. And overall, I feel like this is what keeps you away from being great. This is what keeps you away from getting so much better at whatever your craft is. So let's talk about it. So what happens is a lot of people reach a certain level in anything. Let's say in this case, it's Warzone 2, or if it's Destiny 2 or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. And then they think they've peaked. They think that they're really, really good at something. And there's nothing wrong with that, except if you already think you're so good that you got nothing to learn, you get stuck. You get kind of stuck in the mud and you don't realize that you still need to learn a few things. And above that, you don't realize that you can learn things and get even better than you already are. And I feel like this is where the biggest issue comes in. Like, you see so many people in video games, right? Always blame something else. Oh man, he was just in a better position, or he just shot me first, or I didn't hear him, which, let's be honest, in Warzone 2, that's probably the most legit excuse you can have because there is no audio. But in general, there's a lot of stuff that is actually your fault, but you like to blame it on others. Let me tell you how this happens. This all becomes a habit. You say it once, you say it twice, you say it 3 times, and now you're just repeating it over and over and over again. What you're doing is you're teaching your brain, it's never my fault. It's gotta be something else. It's something out of my control completely, and that's why I'm losing this gunfight or this game in general. So why is that a problem? Well, as mentioned, as soon as you don't want people that are smarter than you in the room, you have a problem, because now you're not getting better, because now you're not learning anything new and you're getting stuck. But we mentioned one word that was really, really interesting, and that's habit. Habits can be unlearned the same way you got used to them, the same way you'll learn them. The first thing you want to do is start being real with yourself. That situation that you just said that was completely beyond out of your control, look at it again. Maybe you pushed in at the wrong time. Maybe your rotation was bad. Maybe your positioning was bad. Maybe you didn't look at the map enough. Maybe you misread the UAV. Maybe you should have ADS'd earlier. Maybe you should have not ego challenged at that specific moment. And as soon as you start being real with yourself and you start identifying these little mistakes, these micro mistakes that are causing you the game or that encounter specifically, you're gonna get back on track. And that, I feel like, is the most important thing that a lot of people miss. Like, even back when I was playing Destiny 2, all I would hear is, I hate Jotun. Jotun is overpowered. For all the people that don't know, it was just one of the weapons in Destiny 2 that was like a fusion rifle. And anyway, the point is, it wasn't really that hard to avoid the gun, but 90% of the people would tell you that it's just extremely overpowered. But the truth was, they would just stand in the open and get hit, or not move and get hit. And it just made no sense. If I knew that somebody was using it, right? And if I get killed by it, I knew 99% of the time that it was my fault. I should have just slightly moved to the left or right, and I would avoid it because it was a pretty easy weapon to avoid. And same can happen in Warzone 2. There's no Jotuns here and invisibility, thank God. For example, a lot of people die to campers, but then when you watch that footage carefully, you understand that there was a lot of things they should have done before rushing that toilet, that they just rushed in like crazy as if they had some kind of diarrhea. You know what I mean? Especially when it's the final zones. You see a lot of people just rush one house. It's almost a final zone. It's like 20 people left. Nobody checks the house. They just rush into that room as if there's no chance for someone to be there. And guys, let's not pretend that camping wasn't a thing in any other video game, period. Like, campers are everywhere. Now, I'm not saying that the game isn't kind of catered to that playstyle. I know it is. I always try to run flashes or stuns. And even if I don't hit the stun, let's say when I throw it into the room, after throwing it, I now have more information. And then when we push into that house, if there's, let's say, a little room inside it, we're gonna check that room before we start running around. If it happens to you 50 times while you're getting into that last zone, probably your fault that you're not checking those rooms more carefully. Another example, a lot of people are like, oh man, they're in such a perfect position, that's why they won. Well, that's not an accident, is it? they're probably pushing in early. They're getting into that center position of the map so they can hold people and get an easy win. I mean, if you do want to get wins in this game, to be honest, that's what you got to do. You got to get in the middle of the zone early, earlier than other people that are playing scared and not pushing in. That way, you're holding all of them, getting easy kills, and getting that easy dub. So self-accountability, ladies and gentlemen, and being real with yourself, the biggest thing that you can do to improve. Focus on your mistakes. Be real. If there is a way to record a footage and watch it back, that's what you want to do, right? That will make you see things from a different angle. And then you'll be like, oh, wait a minute. I could have done that better. I need to do that better next time. And once you start implementing those little micro changes into those same scenarios, next time, you're going to start winning. You're going to start winning not just the games, but your 1v1 encounters. Well, let me tell you this. Every single one of you guys, every single one of you has immense potential to get better at anything in general. Not just video games, but in life. But the key to success is failing over and over again, but you gotta take away from that failure. You gotta learn from that failure. And once you start implementing that in everything in your life, including video games, you will be successful. That's just easy as that. Let me ask you a question and be honest about this one. How many times have you peeked someone, gotten shot right away, you have no shields, and re-peeked at the exact same spot over and over again and then died and be like, damn, man, this game's TTK is too fast, which once again, it is. It absolutely is. But you shouldn't have peeked in the first place, right? You should have went back in, shielded up, and then changed your position and attacked your enemy from a different angle. That's what you should have done in the perfect case scenario. But if we keep making the same mistakes over and over again, isn't that death our fault instead of that guy being an absolute god at video games? Think about that. I don't know. I'm just being honest. That's how I think. And I'm just sharing my own experience. This is what helped me to get better at video games and in many other aspects of life in general. Just to reflect on your actions, just to figure out what you're doing wrong and to fix them one by one. One step at a time is all it takes. So instead of blaming everything and everyone 24/7, I want you guys to focus on yourself, on your gameplay, on your mistakes. And trust me when I tell you, as soon as you start doing that, you will get 10 times better. If you guys did enjoy the video, and only if you did, slap the like button, subscribe to the channel. For all the people that don't know, I stream here on YouTube pretty much every day. I am absolutely blessed with the best crazy fam community, and I would love to see every single one of you guys become a part of it. As always, never forget to share that positive energy all around. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I mean, we literally have the best community of all time. Oh! Oh, he got no scoped!